Mama, you're beautiful. Mama, you good. Mama, you're wonderful. No woman like you, Mama. No woman like you, Mama. Thank God for you, Mama. Thank God for you, Mama. 'Cause you gave me life, oh Mama, queen of my life, oh Mama. I go love you for life, oh Mama. 'Cause you love me so, oh Mama. From small beginning, I never forget all the suffer when you suffer for me. Oh yeah, yeah. All the pain and the troubles where I pull you through. I remember when money no be there and chop no be there for her. You be the try your best. You go run around to find us something where we go chop. When I dey sick, you know the sleep. You go dey cry all night. You go hold me tight, start to pray, say God make you help my baby. Oh Lord, ooh, I wo ye ye choma. Afunga na bere ye funga choma. Ambama na bere ye ambama choma. Enga na chinu ye ga choma. Mama, I wo ye ye choma. Afunga na bere ye funga choma. Ambama na bere ye ambama choma. Enga na chinu ye ga choma. Ye ga choma, mama. Enga na chinu ye ga choma. Chinu ye ga choma. You gave me life, oh Mama, queen of my life, oh Mama. I will love you for life, oh Mama, 'cause you love me so, oh Mama. Ale mama, ale mama, selelelele, ale mama, shekelelelele, ale mama. You're my motivation. You gave me the best education, mama. The song where I sing, I'm for you. Now it's special dedication to you. Oh yeah. I know say every night and day you pray say make a mama. The God where you the pray, I'm for heaven. Don't give me this inspiration, mama. The song where I sing, I'm for you. Now to show my appreciation to you. Obi ya wo ye ye choma, afunga na bere ye funga choma, ambama na bere ye ambama choma, enga na chinum ye ga choma, mama wo ye ye choma, afunga na bere ye funga choma, ambama na bere ye ambama choma, enga na chinum ye ga choma, chinum ye ga choma, chinum ye ga choma, chinum ye ga choma. You gave me life, Mama, queen of my life, queen of my life. I will love you for life. I will love you for life, 'cause you love me so, Mama. You gave me life,
Hello? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you. Theodore
Thank
Jamsi here.
you. Thank you so much. Um, that should be Director Christian. It's so exciting to be with you again, dear friends, and it's been a while, and I'm so excited to be back with you here, especially during this Women's Month. Um, we had a few technical difficulties, but I know that everything is going to be okay once we get started. It's almost Women's Month done, and we thought we should be able to make our voices heard on the topic of this year. And I know that all our speakers are really very ready for what we're talking about today. The theme for the 2024 International Women's Day that was given by the United Nations Organization. United Nations Organization, as you already know, is we are accelerating progress for women. I don't know what that means for you. Investing in women, accelerate progress. When you look at this term and this theme from just a first glance, it tells you that there is a lot or there is something that has been done when it comes to women. Because when we say accelerate, it means that there is something that's already in motion and we're accelerating. And secondly, we're taking progress. So this acceleration must have been in the right direction, and now we want to move that forward. And I have some experts on this theme. Not really that they are experts, but mostly there are mothers, there are fathers who have had jobs and who are women, and some of them are married to women. So it's going to be an interesting time to talk to you about this. And of course, I see on my screen, I don't know where Herman is, but I have my bosom friend, my co-director, Priska, who is an educationist. I would like her to start talking to us. Can you hear me? Looks like you don't hear me. Can you hear me,
I,
Priska?
I, I have some screeching sound. I must be a bit louder so I can hear.
You don't get me, right?
I can get you now about 3 on 5.
Okay. I wanted, before we get into the topic, Daddy Black is with us. I wanted him to bring for us, or let me play for us his song while we get the other guests. We have a lot of guests who are not able to join at the moment, so we'll get Daddy Black.
Mutumbo, mama yo, na ya boy go get down. Blue Jay Corners. Mama you kind, mama you're beautiful, mama you good, mama you're wonderful. No woman like you, mama. No woman like you, mama. Thank God for you, mama. Thank God for you, mama. 'Cause you gave me life, oh mama. Queen of my life, oh mama. I go love you for life, oh mama. 'Cause you love me so, oh mama. From small begin, I never forget all the suffer when you suffer for me. Oh yeah, yeah. All the pain and the troubles where I pull you through. I remember when money no be there and chop no be there for her. You really try your best. You run around, you find us something where we were chop. When I dey sick, you know the sleep. You go dey cry your night. You go hold me tight, start to pray, say God make you have my. Oh Lord, ooh, I want you chuma. Afunga na bere ya funga chuma. Amba na bere ya amba chuma. Inga na chinu ya ga chuma. motivation. You gave me the best education, mama. It's somewhere to sing I'm for you. Now special dedication to you. Oh yeah. I know say every night and day. Pray say make a mama. The God where you the pray I'm for heaven. Don't give me this inspiration, mama. It's somewhere to sing I'm for you. Now to show my appreciation to you. Who be a warrior, chama. Afunga na bere ya funga chama. Ambama na bere ya ambama chama. Ngana chinum ya ga chama. Mama warrior, chama. Afunga na bere ya funga chama. Ambama na bere ya ambama chama. Ngana chinum ya ga chama. Chinum ya ga chama. Ya ga chama. You gave me life. Mama, queen of my life, queen of my life. I will love you for life. I will love you for my life, 'cause you love me so. Mama, you gave me life. Mama, queen of my life. Mama, I will love you for life. Mama, 'cause you love me so. Mama.
That's a beautiful, beautiful piece there by Daddy Black. He was here earlier on. I don't know what happened. Um, Madam Priska, what do you think about that song? That's a dedication to all the women, and it's a very popular song in Cameroon. What do you think about it?
Well, what I got from the song is that as a mother, we are loved for life. It gives me joy. It gives me some reassurance. It's like somebody recognizes the fact that being a mother, being a woman, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. So it's some sort of appreciation. It's some sort of recognition to me. That's what I think.
Thank you very much. I want to talk to you about, I know you're an educationist and you work with the Cameroon government in that direction. You are an inspector. Probably you want to say a bit about you and what you think about how the topic was about the International Women's Day was celebrated on the 8th of March this year. And this is still the Women's Month, and we still have examples of that. What do you think about this topic from face value?
Was that for me? I didn't quite get. Can you take it again?
We are talking about the topic from face value. What is your appreciation of the topic?
Okay, thank you. Investing in women and accelerating progress. It's a topic that pricks me, and I seem to be at the center of this topic because I am a woman and I have a whole world of women around me. As my story goes, I am a mother of 3 girls, 1 boy, and investing in women and accelerating growth is probably what I have done all my life. Raising my kids, training them through life, and trying to inculcate values in them. I think it's all that I have done practically all my life as a mom, as a woman. And personally, I have been a beneficiary of investment to be able to participate in progress. But when I get this topic, what comes to my mind is the various forms of and shapes of investment. Because when they talk about investment, what quickly comes to the mind is some financial or economic investment. But I see way beyond that when they talk about this topic. I see a psychological investment. I see moral investment. I see mental investment. I see trust investment. I see leadership investment, academic investment, economic investment, physical investment, political investment, financial investments, and a whole lot of different types of investment. Because it stems from very, very minute things.
Hello, Madam President. Just before you go further, I would like to let's hear from Miss Anjamsi Theodore. Miss Anjamsi Theodore used to be my classmate more than 10 years ago in secondary school. And I'm so glad that today you are an economist. And yesterday I spent time reading an article you wrote on women on the Guardian Post, which is one of Cameroon's leading newspapers. I read that, and one of the things I got from what you wrote was that women are undergoing what they call economic marginalization. Give an application of the theme for this year and tell us a little bit about you, and then we go to the article you wrote in that.
Well, thank you very much, Mirabel. Maybe call it that way now. Right. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So glad to be here. Greetings to all the panelists too. I like the first intervention. I just want to take from somewhere. It's been a long way to where we are today. We talk of more than half of the population of the world being women, and only contribute 37% to the GDP. That's a problem that we've always had. They look at where the whole thing really came from. Women made for the kitchen, delivered, not for formal education, but we made ready for marriage. Then access to property, or in other areas that were considered as property. Some areas still tied to that. Housewives are nothing close to being an educationist, being a lawyer, being a journalist, being a reverend like you are, and all whatnot. The theme really ties in well. Investing in women, accelerating progress. The first panelist has given a lot of other aspects, how she looks at the aspects of investment. But this one is so timely, it's extremely important because we're in a context where women are very much marginalized. Yes, there's been some progress since the September 1995 Beijing conference. You remember the famous quote by Hillary Clinton, human rights are women's rights, and women's rights are human rights. That really gave a lot of arms to women-sensitive organizations and other individuals to be involved in this fight. If you talk about, there are a lot of things that women have been marginalized, many areas. Even the issue of income equality. There's a UN report that we have 2019, talk of the difference about 1.5 or 2 for men in regards to women. You have that. I just mentioned a while ago, the GDP, 50% of the women population in the world, Cameroon is 50.14. That's by the World Bank 2001 report, and yet the contribution does not really match up. It just shows you clearly that there are lots and lots of roadblocks that we still have from a socio-cultural perspective, from the economic perspective, the political perspective. So this theme of investing in women and accelerating progress to me has really been timely, really very timely, which a lot of things really have to be done. The first speaker is an educationist and even the head of state speech to the youth. He mentioned there that, education takes a huge chunk of the national budget. I don't know if my figures are 14% there, but that is really huge. It means that we can dedicate that more towards those who constitute the bulk of the population.
Just before you go on, you also I read about the statistics on Forbes magazine, and it has like two women who are able to make it to the top 20, and there is no African, and talk less of Cameroonians. do you think the progress we are talking about is going in the right direction? Because you also mentioned that many women, more than half of the population of women, are into entrepreneurship. Do you think they're investing their efforts in the wrong domains? Uh, Unfortunately, I don't see Theodore anymore. Daddy Black is on with us. Madam Priska, let me get back to you. As an educationist, and I know that you're a curriculum critic, what do you criticize about the curricula that or curriculum of schools that can be impactful when it comes to topics like this? Accelerating progress. Is there any gender bias in the curriculum that you critique or that are produced across? I know that you don't only work in Cameroon and you work in other African countries. Can you unmute your mic? We don't hear you. Can you unmute your mic?
Sorry, I did that already.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to go back to what the former panelist said about the injustices, the inequalities, the inequities we live in society. I think the figures speak for themselves. But I would want to focus my mind on what the present dispensation is. We are now in a dispensation of competence-based approach. The competence-based approach is that approach, that teaching approach that permits the learner to pick up competencies. The teaching is oriented towards developing competencies in the learners. And I am one of those who would not outrightly stand to say this teaching favors the male or the female child. I think that what counts more is that we should let our boys and girls play on a level ground. I will tell you that the girl child is endowed with just as much potentials as the boy child. If they are left to play on a level ground, if they are given equal opportunities, if they are seen and if they are looked at like humans, not in terms of some gender ascribed role or thoughts, I think we are not going to have a problem. If in the morning every girl child gets up with the boy child, they have the same chores to carry out, go to school at the same time, they go to school all not on hungry stomachs, they have equal opportunities to listen to the same lectures, they have equal opportunities to come back, be on their books, read, carry out their assignments, as supported by their parents. I think we are not going to have any reason to complain about not picking up what the boy child picked. My point is that we play on level ground. Let us give equal opportunities to our children. It comes back to what I say. Society has a huge role to play. When I talk of society, I'm talking about the government, I'm talking about parents, I'm talking about churches, I'm talking about schools, I'm talking about associations, I'm talking about playmates in the neighborhood. All of that comes into play if the girl child is given an equal opportunity. I don't think,
yeah, thank you so much.
competence-wise, I have been a girl child. I've never been beaten.
Yeah, I'm not cutting you short. I'm not cutting you short, but I want to welcome my bosom friend, Janet B, the newest PhD holder in America and Cameroon. Yes, so I'm excited she's here with us today. I know that you are very, 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 very passionate about the sciences, and of course, and I just like the fact you are so many things, but I like to call you the robotics. So I don't know. You want to tell me a bit about all the things you're doing, just one sentence about it, and then you give us an appreciation of the topic, the theme for this year's Women's Day.
Okay, I'm sorry I had some technical hitches, so I joined a little late. Um, it's surprising that I am in tech, but then I'll have technical problems, so you would never know. Okay, so I am a researcher at this time, researching on computational thinking and human computer interactions, especially with learners' interactions with robotics and people's interactions with machines overall, broadly. But then I really specifically look at learning that happens when people use machines and agents like robots to learn with. So, for example, you can interface a robot and program the robot to do specific things. So to be able to do
I'm
those.
so excited that this is coming from an African country, and to be more specific, Cameroon. The first time I talked to you, that was on national television in Cameroon. That must have been 2016 or 2017.
Yes.
And yes, you started producing a robot from scratch, and we saw it move.
Yes.
And yes, I still think about it. Now, let us talk about investing in women, accelerating progress. Who is investing in women?
Yeah, that's a question I ask myself every day by myself. Like, why would we have to invest in everyone? Why would they specifically say you should invest in women? Why are we specific? Why the specific question? So there must have been something that has gone off, and something is wrong somewhere, and then we're trying to fix it, right? So in the first place, why are we fixing it, and what is wrong? So the question I just asked is, what are we fixing by investing in women? What is the problem? Why should we invest in women? Because of what? What happened? Why
Yeah.
were we not investing in women first? So we should, if we answer that question, then we would know what, we've not answered the why, then we cannot know what to do, right?
And what about the who? Who is investing in these women? Who is investing in women? I want to talk to a humanitarian worker in Cameroon who's been to, I know that he's grabbed a lot of degrees from the UK, from Uganda, and other countries that he may talk about. When I first met you, Mr. Ngenge Herman, you were a dentist. I met you when I went to the hospital to fix my teeth. And today you're so many things. And because of your work location, we want to limit you to what we're talking about. But I know that you're also an oil and gas engineer. Talk to me about investing in women, which is something that you're actively, or you may be actively doing right now where you work.
Thank you, Mirabel. Hi to everyone. My name is Ngenge Herman. As you rightly said, I like to be referred to as a humanitarian worker. I am based in Bamenda, and I work for one of the NGOs here responding to the challenges we are having in the Northwest and the Southwest region.
The war you mean is not a challenge, it's a war.
It's a war, okay?
Yeah,
the war we have in the Northwest and the Southwest region of Cameroon. Investing in women, accelerating to accelerate progress. You know, the topic of investing in women. Sorry?
Okay, I guess he's in the office. I want to bring on Daddy Black. Daddy Black, please. Are you ready? If you're not talking, who is doing that? Can you mute your mic? Who is talking?
Yes.
Daddy Black, we played your song from the beginning. Did you follow that? We played your song from the beginning. Did you follow Daddy Black?
Sorry, I had problems with the internet connection. I've been trying to connect.
Yeah. Yes.
The thing is, yeah, it's disconnecting.
Yes, okay. So are you ready to give us a live for a few seconds? We had your song at the beginning of the show, and thank you for always thinking about the mothers whom we are appreciating today.
The pleasure is mine.
Are you ready?
Second, please.
You let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you are ready. When you're ready, you just let us know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Are you ready?
Not ready yet.
Okay, if you're not ready, we come back to Auntie B. Auntie B. You were
Okay.
talking a while ago about why and who should be investing in women. But I think that these are serious issues, because who is investing in women? Investing in women. Is it the men who are investing in women? Is it parents who are investing in their girl children or in the girl child? Is it schools, communities, or countries? Who is investing in women? And the next question that Mr. Njamsi should be answering after you talk should be why they should do that investment. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah. Okay. So was that question for me?
Yes, please.
Okay. Who should be investing in women? Is it the parents? Is it the
I'd like to say that you are also, Mr. Njamsi talked a while ago about women being entrepreneurs, and all the women on this platform today, for some reason, we all are entrepreneurs. We own businesses, and you own a school or two. Uh, is that investing in women, or you're investing in the community?
um I cannot relate my entrepreneurial activities as I'm selling a service to who wants to buy that service, right?
Okay.
But if I go back, if I revert to your question about who should be investing in women, again, if I wear my thinking kind of hat that I like to use most of the time, so I don't waste my time, I would say there is no place for that question. Like I simply found that theme a little bit derogatory and insulting to us as women, because we are humans and we have rights like everybody else. So specifically coming to put a topic to say invest in women, meaning that are we subhumans, or are we something other than normal people? Why are we like? I just found this topic a little bit derogatory, and I have questioned a lot, and I've tried as much as possible to not hang up on it, because I have kind of like the wheels in my head have turned over and over and over, and I'm like, who would sit down and craft out something like that and say, go invest in women? It's like women, we are like half of the world, half of the population. Think about it.
Madam Priska, do you accept this? I'm still thinking about it. Is what Jenny is saying correct? Do they insult us by investing in us? I don't get it. I think she'll make me understand, me and other people watching at this time. Do you accept with her?
You would remember I just said what the world needs is a level playground. It's because I really don't want a woman to be targeted as an avenue for investment out of the normal investment. But yeah, you know me, and you would want to agree with me on that, because we have women out there who beat the men home and away. We have women who are struggling to invest on men. We have women, but that notwithstanding, not everybody has the same opportunities. like you and I are able to offer our girl children or offer our children in a block. Not everybody has that opportunity. There are there are societal how would I put it? There are societal cliches that still are real in our society in Africa, not only in Africa, in the world, where people think it is an added privilege for a girl child to be invested in. Because to many, they see the girl child like, okay, this one is some other person's companion. Tomorrow she's going to be taken off to some other family.
So they should invest in her.
So no, I'm talking about those who have not been investing in her.
Okay.
They don't find the need to invest in the girl child as much as they do in the boy child, whom they think is going to be the carrier of their name and identity. Those are some of the facts that we have in our society that we can't really deny. But if all were left to me, as I told you about the curriculum, we don't need to. It's true that the curriculum out there tries to be as gender what will I say? Gender balanced as possible. Which to me, if everything had to be okay, would not have had its place. Just as Jane, my friend says, I don't see why we should make it a whole thing to come out and start clamoring for investment in women if everybody has to be just, everybody has to be fair, and everybody has to enjoy equity. There'll be no need for that.
Janet, what would you have the theme of a Women's Day look like?
First, we can say we have a lot of days where things are being celebrated, and a lot of those. I mean, celebrating us as a gender first is an issue. I am a person. I am not just that gender. I am a person with human rights like everybody else. So, like this whole spotlighting and targeting of women is insulting. It feels like it's raising awareness, but the messaging is misleading because everybody who has the seeds of abuse towards women abuses even other people, including their children. Watch out. There is no way even an abusive man can by mistakenly not abuse their children if they're abusing even the other parent. So pay attention to how the woman is used as the cliche to hide so many other societal ills. And then it becomes like it's a woman problem. We are actually sponging a larger societal ill, meaning that there's a lot of enslavers and punishers and all kinds of people who are thinking of different things in different ways in other people's and pockets that are being masked behind the word woman. Because when they say, well, you see, reverse engineer this theory. When they say, when you educate a woman, you educate a whole village. Okay? So reverse engineer that statement and see how it feels. When you deny education to a woman, you've denied education to her whole lineage, including her children.
So are you accepting? Are you accepting that when you educate a woman, one woman, you're educating a whole village, a community? If you do accept that, if you do accept that, then you cannot deny the theme that we're talking about today.
No, listen, I am saying the theme, same like the education of a woman, is masking larger societal ills. We are just refusing to say that when you don't educate a woman, you have denied education to a whole generation, including the children that she has born.
Okay.
So if you say it that way, that in denying this thing to people, you're denying not only this woman, you're denying including even the sons and daughters that she will bear. Then we don't have a gender. It becomes gender neutral.
Mm-hmm.
When abuse to one person is abuse to many. That way we don't
Mm-hmm.
have to deal with the woman thing. So people keep doing it, and then it looks like it's a woman fight. Meanwhile, they're just intrinsically people who are evil. Not every man is abusive of a woman.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying the theme of the International Women's Day for 2024 did not make sense to you at all. Investing in women accelerate progress. It doesn't make sense to you at all.
Not that it doesn't make sense. It's a
Yeah.
continuum. It's lying in a continuum. It's lying in a spectrum of so many other things, including the one that says, if you educate a girl child, you educate a village. I have that in my thesis. Like,
Yeah.
it's from this Ghanaian
Mm-hmm.
scholar,
But
right?
I know that you're a loving mother to 5 boys. Probably you don't like it because they're not investing in men. You don't have a girl child. Maybe that's why you sound like this. Somebody may say, somebody like me, I have 2 girls and you have none. That's
Uh,
picking on you, by the way.
yeah, let me just quickly say this so we can give opportunity for other people to speak. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is, I would prefer this gender over targeting that is carrying messaging that is even making us a little bit more targeted,
Okay. I
harmful.
get your point. I get your point. Daddy Black, are you ready? If not, we're just going to play your song. Are you ready to do a playback? Okay. Try, let's see. Thank you. You have to unmute your mic.
Kind, Mama, you're beautiful. Mama, you're good. Mama, you're wonderful. No woman like you, Mama. No woman like you. Thank God for you. Thank God for you, Mama. You gave me life. Oh, Mama, Queen of my life. Oh, Mama, I gonna love you for life. Mama,
Thank you. Thank you
You're
so much, Daddy
kind.
Black.
Mama, you're
Appreciate that.
beautiful.
I appreciate that, Daddy Black. I'm coming back to Mr. Njamsi Theodore. You heard what Janet said. You heard what Madam Priska said. I don't know what your appreciation of that is. There are women, and they are asking that women be left alone, because by saying that we are promoting the woman in itself, it's not promoting the woman at all. Do you accept this? Because this goes contrary to your article, which I read in the Guardian Post.
It's a very tough one there, Mirabel. It's a very tough one. If I'm getting that from women, then maybe we'll have to reflect on a lot of. We said if we look at where we've been and where we are today, the work that we still have to do, we really need to put hands on deck, all of us, the men and the women, and work together to pull up the weaker part, the weaker link. And that's been the women, if you don't mind, even children too. So I think it's something that we still have to look at again, how we can work together. Because the statistic I gave there, if you have, for instance, Cameroon here, we talk of activity rate of 72.1%, and the contribution to the GDP is not up to 30 by women. It's still a problem. So if the women just want to go it their own way, fine, they're the ones who feel the pinch, but the economy too is hurt. The economy too is hurt. Imagine you talk of there was a report that came last year, the World Bank report. That's only 10%, 0.9% of women having access to loans. Just about 10% having an account with a formal institution. So the government cannot just sit like that, or organizations cannot just sit like that and just allow things go. somehow, somebody, somewhere, organizations have to come in, which they have been doing to get us to where we are. Pre the Beijing conference of September 1995, and even now, a lot of things still have to be done. We talk of 30% representation, implying 30% of women in decision making. They realize that if we just let women be, the Senate will never have up to 30%. The Senate will never have that because, as it stands, there are just 26 women out of the 100. Okay, there's an article that I read. I can't really quote it out, but it says 30 years ago, that's about 1990, there were just 3 female mayors in Cameroon. And now we talk about 36 of them, which means that no matter what, the government's own pressure, they work by women organizations too, have really contributed in doing that. There is this other group you call this group that is based, they have been working a lot in the East about women's patent rights, the woman's right to own and use assets. It talks of about just 3% of women having houses in their names. So if we leave it like that, it means that the world will still be dominated by women and the entire economy will be held down. So somehow, even if the women want to go in their own way, we have to figure a way out, maybe a better way to see how we can work together, because the statistics are not good. They are not good. A lot of things they have to be done to get us to where we really want to be.
What do you have to say to that? We're almost, this was a huge trial for me from this end doing this live today. And I hope that next time we're going to do it better because we're trying out many things. Unfortunately, I think she left. She's no longer there. She came back. If you can hear me, you can say something, Madam Priska, in response to what Anjamsi Theodore just said. If not, Auntie Jane, you followed. After that, Herman can say something.
Okay, can you
Priska
hear me?
Priska is back. Yes, I can hear you, please.
Okay, I would want to appreciate the former panelists for the so much effort. But there is one question that keeps bugging me. The men are all aware of this. The women are aware of this. Why do we wait for some UN stuff to come give us a theme to reflect on and work? We are all aware that women are being, okay, the legislation is handled at the majority by men. Laws are made to favor men because laws are made by men, and so on and so forth. And we are all aware of it, and we are not going anywhere. If men were doing it so well, I think Cameroon would not be in the situation where it is today. Africa will not be in the situation where it is today. If you know that you are not doing it so well and women are capable of doing it, why do you wait for the UN to come and put out a theme there reminding you to invest in women to accelerate progress?
Yeah, people should basically do this from an individual point of view, and otherwise, Mr. Genge Herman, please, can you be able to say something? You've been very
individual,
quiet.
institutional, and legislative.
You've been on and off. I know that you have an internet challenge, connectivity challenge in the war zone where you are. Can you be able to make an appreciation of what has been said so far? Because we have just 3 minutes to go.
Okay, thank you, Mirabel. I listened to all the panelists with keen interest, and everybody is talking from a kind of background, a different background, and that's how I see it. But I strongly feel that the theme of the Women's Day is pro-crisis related countries. I think they go around crisis-infested countries, and then they look at what is happening there, and then they come up with something. I was trying to look at why they will come up with this kind of topic or theme, and they were able to explain from 5 different angles. And they were saying it's a human rights issue where they are promoting gender equality, they are hoping to end poverty, they are trying to implement gender responsive finance, the Greek economy. Some points which make sense from my own. I've moved around, and I've seen women in very difficult situations, horrible situations, women and girl children, horrible situations where they barely have anything to survive on. When war strikes, when there's a disaster, women are the ones who suffer most. So the question is, investing what? What are we investing, and who is investing what? And
Oh, so
I
perhaps you're saying that it's relevant to invest in women in zones where we have war. Does that sound right to you, Janet?
not necessarily areas where we have war. I think poor countries, there's no intentionality. After the Women's Day, all of these things stops, and then we wait for the next 8th March and come and bring in another topic and then start talking. There's no
Yeah,
intentionality. They don't look at the
you're
culture.
you're right. You're
Doesn't
right. Where I live and where Janet lives, I don't know. There was nothing here like Women's Day. Where I live, right now in Ohio, I did not see anything about the Women's Day. Was there something celebrated about the Women's Day in Virginia where you are, Janet?
So listen, I there was not that nobody even knows what the theme of, like, none of the women around me mentions anything about the theme, and I feel like the political discourse around these themes is what prevails in our society. That's why we make some of these statements like this is derogatory. Like what are these statements? It looks like some of these statements are spat out to just I don't know, animate the gallery. I am not discrediting anybody's work, but what I'm saying again is economics, the economics of it. And Mirabel, I wish you could be able to really extend this time because we started late, because this is something that I would like for us to have for posterity. Uh, if you could extend this time because we really started late, it would be nice so we catch up on our time. um, think about what is it that we are investing. Every single thing is tied around economics. The economic, they're asking investing in women. I would assume they're asking for investment that leads to a certain economic capital. Your economic capital is designed by your social capital. Meanwhile, we have counterproductive cultures, traditions, and even practices within our homes, our communities, our traditions, our traditional rulers, where the social capital to trying to invest in a woman, or a woman even investing in herself, is paid dearly. The social price to pay in that investment is very expensive. It's extremely expensive. It's a steep price to pay for any woman that is invested upon socially. Any woman that has been invested upon, speak to her, she will tell you the social price is steep. So it's an exchange. Either you choose, once you get the investment, you work the social capital price, or you remain within the social capital and then pay the price
Uh,
for that investment.
that's a good one. Herman, she was replying to you. Are you comfortable with what she said?
No, it's very true that our countries have structures that don't favor any kind of investment. My problem is we don't know the kind of investment they want to be made on women. But if you look at it, if you do a baseline and based on what is happening on the ground, like I said, they don't take context into consideration when coming up with this. The context that in Africa is completely different from the one in Afghanistan, from the one in the US. So you can't give something that cuts across all the cultures. In Cameroon, we have a long way to go because our cultures, our structures, the administration, and all of those things kind of don't support any kind of investment on women. Like I said, it's like we just play around these days so that we can have some money to celebrate and buy the fabrics and justify the things, and then we go. There is no intentionality, even if there were a need or if there was a need for investment. You don't see an action plan. You don't see anything that is done. We just talk about it, and then in the end ends the cultures. We don't take into
Oh,
consideration what is
oh,
existent.
I think we just got Janet. I got Brian, who has just informed us that there was a celebration of the International Women's Day right here at the Dayton Library where I am right now. So, like, saying that they don't know it here in Dayton in America, he's trying to say that we are probably wrong to have said that. So actually, probably it is done in the USA, but not as dramatic as we have it in Africa. I think that's what he means to say by that. Did your organization celebrate the Women's Day, man?
Yes, my organization celebrated
What
the
were
women's.
some of the activities, briefly, please?
Yeah, this is what I did. I when they told us that we should invest in women, I asked them one question: what do you want me to invest in you, the women? And would get the different responses. And because I told them that who is investing, let's assume that I am the one investing. If I'm the one, because this I don't know who should invest what in what. So if I'm the one to invest, tell me please, what should I invest? And you're surprised at the kind of responses you get. So I think
They
we have a
want
long.
dresses and shoes. Do they want dresses and shoes?
They want some funny kind of things, and then there was one which was touching, and the person would say, no, we want you to listen to us, and we want you to take what we say into considerations. Apparently we don't listen, we don't listen to women enough, and we think that whatever comes from women is not very relevant. Those are some of the things which you want to
So
contextualize.
that was by way of conferencing. I'm sure that you got the women on a round table and they were able to say some of these things. And it will be important that you go back to the drawing table, probably to look at what they said and improve upon it before next year's Women's Day. Yes, of course. If you don't do that, then we'll just come every time we talk about these things and nothing changes. Yes. Who has something to say? Please, if you have something to say, you just let me know.
I have something to say.
Yes, please.
So when we listen to these conversations and we're not making good interpretations of it. For example, the United Nations Women's Day theme would be invest in women and do this and this and this and this. Most of those things get into policy. There are laws that, based on some of these conversations, would prohibit certain treatments and certain things towards.
I can't get Janet. I just can't get Janet.
I can't too.
Okay. Priska, you want to say a final word? We cannot really extend the time. Like I said, this is Janet, we can't hear you.
So, Mirabel, maybe we reschedule, or
Is Janet
we get
on?
No, we are not going to reschedule. We have other topics about women that we can talk about. We are not rescheduling, but we're going to come back to talk about other things that concern women and humanity, not just women. We are done because actually we just wanted to say something on this page, the Shine Africa page, on this year's International Women's Day. Or the month before it runs out. So we're going to come back on different topics, not this one. You have something to say, Herman?
No, it's okay. Just wanted to say that if we are running short of time,
can I say something? You asked me whether I could start something.
Yes, you can go ahead. Priska, go ahead, please.
Yeah. I want to come back to the question. Yeah, I want to come back to the question of who invests. There are different investors at different levels. When a child is young, the parents invest, the family invests, the government invests, society invests, the state invests. When you are a bit older, I would recommend you invest in yourself. Self-investment is very important. Organizational investment is reassuring. Political investment.
Herman, can you come on, please? Priska is out.
Okay. we might end up just talking and these things end up on paper, because if the themes don't translate to some good practices that are put into our communities, where we can be able to follow up and say this is where we are. So I think women, we have to stand up and begin to come up with some ideas. Let's do a baseline. Where are we this year? Let's measure how far the women are, or if we are interested in the investment, and let's be able
Do
to
you,
define.
do you think that men need a men's day with a theme so we celebrate men?
It's like one of the panelists said, men men might have to need a day to create that balance, because if you don't put that for the men will feel like they have all the days and women have just one. So we get to begin to do this gender equity, where you give a women's day and a men's day, so that it's an opportunity for all of us to come up and say some things we feel don't really match well with us. If you leave it just for the Women's Day, which is the most pronounced, women will
Or
feel like
probably
they
we don't need any day at all. Probably, do we even need a day? Probably we don't need any day. We need to celebrate humanity, right?
oh, sure. I
Yeah.
don't think we.
But Janet, can you say something? Let me hear if you're on. Janet is still not on. But I really wish to use this opportunity to thank, there are a lot of men in particular who are investing in women. They could be fathers, they could be friends, they could be whoever in government, in the community, who are investing in a lot of women. As it stands, I think that there are still some communities wherein we need a lot of empowerment as far as the woman is concerned. And I'm taking this minute out to say thank you to every man. If you're investing in your wife, if you're investing in your girlfriend, if you're investing in um, I don't know, your neighbor's child who is a girl. But of course, the discussion remains open that we should be able to find a balance between investing in women and investing in men. So we invest in the girl child just as we invest, as much as we're investing in the boy child. So I think for me that's the balance we need to create. Just one last word from everyone who is able to speak at this moment, so that we can go back to Daddy Black's song, and that will be all for today's topic. Until I see you next time.
Okay.
A last
Maybe
word from those who can speak. Okay, Herman.
me, I think we need to work on our cultures and our practices a lot to be able to move the women from where they are to that equal position with the male child. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Priska, are you able to say something? No, Priska is not on. Janet just said, uh, Janet cannot hear us and we cannot hear her. And Daddy Black, is Daddy Black still with us? Priska is on. Priska, one last word, please. We are leaving. You want to say a bye-bye? We're coming back
Okay.
next time, but just not on this topic.
Yeah. But I would love that when a topic like this comes up, after some time, we should come up for some evaluation, for some feedback, if we have feedback. What I would want to say is what I've always said. Parents, society, the world, workplace, let's give room for merit. Let's give room for who deserves whatever, be it a male, a female. Let's play on a level ground. We just need that. And we'll show the world what we are capable of.
Thank you so much, Daddy Black. Thank you so much. We had your
Thank
song
you.
played, and you did a few
Despite
seconds of
the
silence.
internet connection is really messing me up here.
That's Africa
It's not
for
good.
us at the moment.
No, not Africa.
Thank you so much. And I want to
You're
thank
welcome.
Janet. She's not here at the moment. I want to say a very big thank you to Brian Masley, who helped me so much with on the technical support side of the live. And we apologize for anything that didn't go on well today. It's actually the first I'm doing here in the USA, and I'm still trying to see what equipment we can get that can be able to give us the kind of quality that we are working on having. Thank you so much, and we're going to leave you in the company of this song, Still by Daddy Black. Thank you so much.
Queen of my life. Oh, mama, I go love you for life. Oh, mama, cause you love me so. Oh, mama. From small begin, I never forget all the suffer you suffer for me. Oh, yeah, yeah. All the pain and the troubles where I put you through. I remember when money no be there and chop no be there for her. You really try your best. You go run around, you find us something where we go chop. When I dey sick, you know the sleep, you go dey cry all night. You go hold me tight, start to pray, say God make you help my